Well, that guy's really hard to follow, but I'm with Will Barrett, Bank of Tennessee, and today I'm going to give you an overview of our story with Appian and our journey, and basically how Worksocial has done so much for our organization. A little bit about us: we're a community bank in Northeast Tennessee. Most people think that Tennessee ends in Knoxville, but if you keep going about an hour and a half, that's where we are. We're where Tennessee, Virginia, and North Carolina all come together. We've got about $1 billion in assets. So in bank size, while $1 billion sounds like a lot, it's actually really small from a community bank perspective. Because we're smaller, we really have to compete on customer service and differentiate. And I know a lot of people say, oh, we differentiate ourselves with customer service, but they never really explain it and take that down the rabbit hole. But through this presentation, we'll get into the customer experience and how we're actually using Appian to help us differentiate. Myself, I've got 10 years banking experience. I come at Appian from the business perspective, but I love technology and I'm a geek. And I'm probably so much so that I consider myself an Appianaholic. And I knew that when I started talking to my wife after we had deployed Appian, and I was saying, here, we can automate our personal life, we can do all this. And when I looked at the blank stare she gave me, I knew I had taken it too far. But if Appian ever needs a product for me, they could always come up with my own personal cloud of Appian just for my life. But to understand Bank of Tennessee and where we are and how Appian has really made the magic happen, just give you a couple bullet points on our competitive positions. You can understand the path that we've come down. We've got, consolidation is the name of the game in banking now, and we've got real strong competition from larger regional banks, national banks, and credit unions with much larger technology budgets. And a lot of those banks and financial institutions have had BPM for a number of years. So we've got that on one avenue, and I akin this analogy more to the rock and the hard place. We've also got changing customer preferences, and I don't know about you guys, but most people in East Tennessee aren't coming into a bank anymore. Their customer preferences are changing. They don't go to a branch unless they have a high-value transaction or a problem that comes up. And we've got a substantial regulatory burden. Just because we're small, it's not an excuse, and we still have to play by all the rules that the big banks have to play. And that's really setting the stage for why Appian makes so much sense for us and to help further the customer experience. So that's our strategy: focus on the customer experience. And to do that, I've really segmented it out into two categories: the internal customer experience and the external customer experience. The internal customer experience is more like making sausage. That's where all the operational stuff, the process stuff takes place. And that's where you get, obviously I want it cheap, fast, and accurate, where a lot of those dynamics come into play. And then there's obviously the external customer experience, which is how you physically interact with the bank. Could it be an app on your smartphone? Could it be in a branch talking to a loan officer? What I'm going to focus on today is really the internal customer experience. But Appian can handle the external customer experience, and we've kind of got that in our roadmap so that it can help orchestrate that. But for our first initiative out of the gate, we decided to go internal.